Okay, I have made it back to this room. I'm going to fight this guy in first person because these spells are much more effective that way. Also, when I leveled up this time, instead of increasing Conjuration, I increased the damage dealt by my destruction spells. I made it level 2, so that helps a lot. It means that things that were taking 2 spells are now taking 1. That guy probably would have taken... I think that guy took 3 to kneel, and it took 2 to kill this time around. Alright, no... Aha. Got it. Jeez. Oh, I don't even need that. Arg. 2 iron swords. 9 for 25. That is a terrible weight to value ratio, and I am 2 pounds off, so I'm going to stick both of those in the chest. Okay, so I spent a lot more time in first-person view in that last run. I'm going to quick save here. I spent a lot more time in first-person view just because of the spells. You may notice I had healing ready that time instead of having to switch to it. I probably wouldn't have even needed it if I just brought up 2 of the fire spells. Now here, I learned a trick because I have TK dodge on. I didn't dodge fast enough, but that's basically it. You get a moment of invulnerability. Oh, screw you. You get a moment of invulnerability if you're dodging, and so you can go through those. Ow. And sometimes my keyboard likes to double tap keys even when I only hit them once, so I will occasionally dodge sideways or dodge forward. It's quite annoying. Alright, I don't believe there's anything over here. I kind of remembered there being like a soul gem or something at one point. Nothing on there. Nothing on there. They're trying to tell me that the quests that I'm following, I have to go back out the way I came in order to activate them and work on them. No, that's nothing. Alright. The hallway. There is a mod out there if you get so frustrated with these doors and the little turnstile locks like I had to deal with in the first section of this dungeon. It's in here. The gold claw is bear, butterfly, owl. If you get so annoyed with these because typically you have to turn them twice, the mod lets you turn them twice before they solidify. And so you can tap tap, move to the next one, tap tap, move to the next one, tap tap, and it will move 2 spaces, which is typically what you have to do, at least for this door. Since I got Skyrim SE, that has always been 2 turns on each ring. You still require the key, the claw itself, so you can't just like ignore him and come in here and open it, because you still have to get the claw from him. That is some beautiful water. But yeah, knowing how many turns it is doesn't really make a difference. Book of Ancient Nord Armor. This allows you to make Ancient Nord Armor for the Book of UUNP, which I believe is a female armor mod. But you have to have this book on you when you're creating it. So if I get a female follower, that's what I would need. Soul Scry is like your best spell in this set for learning Conjuration, because you can basically just stand in town casting Soul Scry, which takes a ton of magicka. Oh goody. Overweight again. I think I'm wearing some heavy armor, or I think I'm carrying some heavy armor though. So light armor repair doesn't teach me anything. Conjure rabbit. Woo! And then I will stick this. 30-pound armor in there. 5-pound gauntlets, 6-pound boots. Chish. Alright. Grab this. Force, unrelenting force. What in the world? Oh, this is not going well. This is where I wish I had that bone spirit. My magic is so low. I bet you. Yep. I don't have my prepare for adventure on. And thankfully he is moving around down there, so I can tell that I'm safe to cast this. Now, unfortunately, I decided to name myself with a V instead of an A, so all of my gear is showing up at the end. So if you decide to... Why does it keep giving me Unbound Fire in here? I did use this. It took away a quarter of my health. So it dealt 10 damage to them, and then jumped back to me, dealing 25 damage. And it did that 3 out of 4 uses. So I'm not even going to equip that. I'm just going to unequip Prepare for Adventure and get Flame Touch back. You want to shout at me? Huh? Ay. Do I have an attack? Yes, I do. I have sparks. You like that, huh? Not my fault you can't move properly. Dragonstone. And I might as well take that because it's enchanted. And then get Flame Touch back. So, I bet it's really weak. But if I equip that in my right hand spot, yeah, takes a ton of magic to do that. I would need a better, see there, I tapped the left move key and it dodged to the left because it decided to double tap on me, even though I only pressed it once. On that note, give me Long Stride, Flame Touch, Long Stride on the L. Okay. That did not take nearly as long as I was expecting it to. Yay, light armor. Don't care about that. Carrying too much to run. I'm not actually worried about that because as long as there isn't a camp of some sort right outside, I can make it back to Whiterun without a problem. I want that skull because I have the thing that allows me to the bone altars, and so the skulls that you find are part of the 11 body parts, which means they now have a use. And if you find a skeleton laying on the ground, the only thing you pick up is the skull. That is a free skull. Okay, so I have had a camp down. Ooh, ow! I have had a camp down here a number of times. It looks like there may have been one because if you look, there's blood. But Long Stride not only lets you run faster, it also increases your carrying capacity. So being just a little bit overweight doesn't really matter to me here, as long as I don't get into a fight, because I'm running myself out of magicka. And on that note, Mage's Focus, because I guarantee you that is not active. Now look at my magicka recover. On that note, I have not done Ease Burden recently, so oops. This will make it so that I just can run without Long Stride. And then Long Stride will just allow me to run faster. Alright. Okay, before losing the opportunity to scale up my healing a little bit there, I will do that and then level up. So, I'm going to keep going on Magicka, because while I am weak and squishy and easy to kill, the more Magicka I have, the more I can cast from a distance and not get in trouble. Alteration, this one up here, Wild Shrines, can be really handy. I did find one of these, I think, in the Pale, and it might have been Conjuration, which I believe made it last longer. So these can be really handy. They also lead up to Intuitive Magic. Novice Spells of any tool cost 100% less Magicka to cast at 50. So this one, I have to get 50 in order to get to rank 2. This one I could get right now, which makes them cheaper and last longer. This one would help me because I have that Oak Flesh come into effect every fight, and so I would have twice the armor value if I did that. I have a lot of perks that I could make use of. Geomancer is really handy. If wearing robes and no light or heavy armor, you take 30% less damage from attacks while charging, because a mage takes extra damage while charging a spell. It's kind of annoying. I think I'm going to get that one. Once a day, gold equal to 4 times my alteration skill level, so up to 400 gold a day. Right now I need gold to get better clothing and more spells. I'm going to start with that one. Also, let's see how long my clothing is. It might last till Riverwood. Hello, Ennis. Goodbye, Ennis. What is this? Isidore. I don't know whose side I should take. Which one's the bad guy? This guy? Nope. You. Foot of the mountain. Whatever that is. Camilla's Note. Isidore. Got a delving job for us. Meet me near Cragwell Slope in East March. Leave as soon as you get this. I hear tell some ruins there leading into the Lothian Mountains, just uncovered by a landslide. These big, fresh ruins. If we could be the first to pick them over, we could be rich. Who knows what's down there, though? Bring the best gear you can lay hands to. Pick someone on the road with good stuff if you have to. Just get it and get to me, Camilla. Okay, we're gonna take that. Drinks, food. 12 for 100 is actually pretty good, but it's still not quite a 1 to 10 ratio. So this guy has a lot of stuff like this. The steel mask is so interesting. 2 for 50, that's actually a good deal. Well, wait for value. Bandit. A skull. So I have found Isidore in the past, but he was always dead. Left hand, septums, and I've never met this Tulskar, the Wanderer guy.
I don't want to get in another brawl with you.
Oh. He's all mad that
Why?
that I hit him.
Perform for my common man, of course. Why should only the
Okay, oops. I obviously need more gear.
Wealthy towns be given the gift of music. Hello there, fellow traveler. One itinerant minstrel and one.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to buy some gear ASAP because I'm already tired of this. This might be useful. Rift bolts right there. That is such a good staff.
Waste.
And make sure I have long stride equipped, which I do. I've already gotten to 2 fights on the way back. That's twice as many as normal. I'm a little bit concerned because it looks like my ease burden just wore off, so trying to swim across here unable to cast would mean that I would suddenly become overweight. No, okay, my ease burden is still on. And so I should be able to talk to Alvor, sell some stuff to him.
Stay away from him if I were you. You looking for a new blade? Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
That's what he has for me? An iron mask and oh god, your gear sucks. I don't know how many of these I have, but I'm gonna get it. So, I do not want the 3 hunting bows. Oh. No. Sell that. That. Oh. Alvor is bugged. He has perpetually 18 gold. I can sell everything I have to him as long as it's worth less than 18 gold. So like this is worth 15. I can sell him that. He still has 18 gold. Nope. No. So like I have 424. I still have 4. Never mind.
Aye.
Let me see here. Things seem to be a little bit buggy on that end. What have you got for sale?
Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
How about if I sell you one of these? Do I go to 425? No. Gah.
Aye.
So he's bugged and I don't get anything for it.
Smile on you.
Jerk. So keep an eye on that bug if you have it happen.
You have the claw. Oh,
The
you have
sooner
to tell
you
Luke
find the
at once.
claw, the sooner our I'm gonna put this.
She
back where
was
it
so
belongs.
desperate for me to tell him.
Never forget this. You've done a great thing for me.
The thing I always hated about this is he puts it right between you and him, where it becomes a threat that you might
Thank you
steal
so
it
much
from
for
him.
taking care of those thieves. Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that.
Like, the very least he could do is put it where that cheese roll is. The cheese wheel. Okay, he has money. So, sell that, sell these, sell that, and... Okay, I should be able to sell pretty much everything I have going on here. You know what?
Till next time.
Looks like
It means so
I
much
still
to
got the
us to have
staff.
the claw.
I can't sell that, but I should do this.
Where it belongs.
You and me.
Thank you.
Around Warren. The Riverwood. Oh, a bit
Because
of
that
this and a
increases
bit of
prices,
that.
or improves prices by 10%, so I will actually get a little bit more money for my sales. Not that I have much left at this point, but sell that, those, that. Don't need heavy armor. Don't care. Not going to use them. He's down to 60, so he can have that. Those. I never sell ingredients. I might sell something like a Brief History of the Empire at some point. Might sell like Dwemer Inquiries, Galarian the Mystic. I know that's a vanilla book. Or in here, I might sell something out of it, like the painting is a half a pound for 205. That is just straight up vendor trash, unless somebody comes up with a use for it in a mod. But he might have a spell that I need. Doubt it. No, he pretty much always has those same spells. But he might have new clothes because I've leveled up. Still has the Blade Dancer set up top. Minor Smithing, Minor Striking. I don't need two-handed. Destruction and 50% Magicka. Okay, so because one is called Mage Robes, it's heavier, red, and costs more. But it's the exact same thing.
All right then.
Oy. Okay, got the Dragonstone. Back to Farengar. I'm gonna fast travel over to him. Deliver the Dragonstone to Farengar. unfortunately, due to the number of mods that I have, it is longer. Whoop. So let's equip some clothes so people don't get all mad at me.
You must be one of those wizards.
Perfect
from the
timing.
college.
She didn't notice I was running around in a loincloth. So the charm spell, again, incredibly useful. I made a little bit of money off of that last run. Not very much because he doesn't even have 800.
Someplace else.
What?
Whoa, whoa, whoa! What's the magic?
Yeah, illusion to 14. Suck on that, lady. Fancy magic. Where is the Jarl? Whiterun is not very good about it.
You see,
There's
the terminology is clearly First Era or even earlier. I'm convinced this is a copy of a much older text.
what are you reading?
Perhaps
Holdings
dating
of
just after
Jarl
the Dragon War.
Galland.
If so, I could use this to cross-reference the names with other later texts.
Good.
Oh, this is definitely an interesting one. Notice I have the option to steal it. I have a mod
I'm
on
glad
where
you're
if
making
I
progress.
have
My
my
employers
stuff
are anxious
sheathed,
to have some
then
tangible answers.
I just straight up take books. I don't read
Oh,
them.
have no fear. The Jarl himself has finally taken an interest, so I'm now able to devote most of my time to this research.
Get rid of that. Yes, I could actually... Meh. I could actually
Time is
get
running
carrying
on.
capacity increase magicka regenerates
This isn't some theoretical question.
off of
Dragons
these. I am curious
Yes,
if
yes,
I were
don't
to
worry.
cast the Unbound,
Although the
if the
chance
mod
to-
author made it so you can't disenchant those. So I'm actually going to try that while they're having their little conversation.
Dragging up close would be pretty interesting. Now, let me show you something else I found. Very intriguing. I think your employers may be interested as well. Ah, yes, the Jarl's
Nope.
protege.
But I will do this one because Soul Trap.
Was Barrow? You didn't die, it seems.
You're right, I didn't die. The thing about Farengar,
Dragonstone
looking at him
Bleak
with
Falls
this
Barrow. Seems you are a cut above
with
the
this hood
usual
on,
routes the
I
Jarl
always
sends
thought
my
he was
way.
an Altmer until someone told me he was a Nord. It's just the shape of his face looks so much like a Thalmor. Or Thalmor. Am I greedy or am I businesslike? I think I'm going to be businesslike on this
That
character
is where your job ends and
because
mine begins.
he just wants
The
to
work
get
of the
on with
mind,
things and away from
sadly
people.
undervalued in Skyrim. My associate here will be pleased to see your handiwork. She discovered its location by means she has so far declined to share with me. So your information was correct after all. And we have our friend here to thank for recovering it for us.
Yes, this friend
You went into Bleak Falls Barrow and got that?
with the fancy eyes and the nice beard.
Nice work. Just send me a copy when you've deciphered it.
Farengar, you need to come at once. A dragon's been sighted nearby.
We've got nothing to talk about.
You should come too.
A dragon. How exciting. Where was it seen? What was it doing?
If you have the mod
I'd
that
take
I do,
this a bit
the
more
Fenderix
seriously if
Magic
I were you.
Evolved, this is the cheat chest where you can get every spell in it and learn them. That is a lot of spells. Every level of them, every single spell added by the mod is in this cheat chest. I refuse to use it. They will show up in the in Farengar's leveled list
You try
and
mercenary
in
work?
other
It might suit you.
Let's go.
other merchant level lists, but mostly in the College of Winterhold Masters lists.
So, Irileth tells me you came from the Western Watchtower?
Yes, my lord. Tell him what you told me about
Don't
the
even
dragon.
think about it. No, that's right. We saw it coming from the south. It was fast. Faster than anything I've ever seen.
What did it do? Is it attacking the Watchtower?
It was just circling overhead when I left. I never ran so fast in my life. I thought it would have come off me. For sure.
Good work.
Good luck.
We'll take
We
it.
get there in time.
Head down to the barracks for some food and rest. Infernal. Irileth, we better gather some guardsmen and get down there.
I've already ordered my men to muster near the main gate.
Blah blah blah, let me talk to Farengar.
Don't fail me. There's no time to stand on
Oh.
ceremony. I want you. You survive, but I have. Acid, and please accept this gift from my personal armory.
I have a terrible light armor skill and whatnot. Iron Gauntlets of the Wraith King? That actually sounds like something I might want to disenchant. An immortal ghost fights for you. It has 60 points of health and stamina. So basically an essential ghost.
I need you here working on ways to defend the city against these dragons.
No, you are not using the enchanter. Okay, King of the Lost. Enchanting has increased. If I were to put that on this black hide cloak with... Oh, I don't have any soul gems. 1 point of health and stamina because I don't have a soul gem. So it's immortal. It's just one hit and it's gone. Alright, so I'm waiting on Farengar to finish his little conversation and come down here so that I can buy from him again.
I envy you. Take a look.
He has nothing new, it looks like, but I have 1500 gold, so I can get that spell from the very bottom of Alteration. Also, if you hover over the bar, you scroll faster. So, Thoughtsteel, Thundercrack is an amazing spell, but God is it expensive. It's not Steadfast Ward, it was R, I believe? Yes, Resistance Field. I should have.
You know, if you've got the aptitude.
Get this on. And then Charm.
Come to Dragonsreach.
Should have cast that first.
It seems this damnable. So you wish to master the arcane arts.
Okay. Now I still have 678. Bone Spirit could be really handy because there are a lot of Draugr ruins, there are a lot of undead in places, so I'll get that one. Not going to worry about bound items at the moment. I don't have a good ranged spell, so either ranged attack spell. I could do Blue Firebolt, I could do regular Firebolt, but you're more likely to find a book of regular Firebolt. 31 points of damage is good. I don't think... No, I think it is high enough that I could get Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt is better than Firebolts in the case that it's pretty much an instantaneous hit, and so you don't have to worry about firing off half your magic and not hitting them. But it doesn't fire as far. It has much less range than something like Ice Spike, which will just continue on until it hits something. So it's a difficult choice to make in that regard, but you know what, they're cheap enough. I'm going to get Blue Firebolt because I just like Blue Firebolt more than regular Firebolt. And then I'm also going to get... Oh, I don't have enough. And I can't sell him anything except for this Triple Fish Ancient Silver Metal. Or... I have Soul Gems, I just don't have anything in them. On that note, does he have Soul Trap? He does, but it's too expensive for me. Soul Siphon gives attributes, not anything like that. Spell Sip absorbs magicka from hostile spells, so if people are casting on me, I get magicka for it. That's nice, but not incredibly useful. Stone Flesh could be it. I could replace Oak Flesh with that, so I would take less damage from melee and bows. But I can't afford it. Well, can I afford? Let's sort these by value. So, of the things that I can't afford, they start at 240. So, absorbs, cure poison could be good. Like if Frostbite Spider poisons me, that could kill me. Muffle, I might want Muffle because if I run into Draugr patrols, that will let me get around them. Okay.
I envy you the chance to see this dragon up close.
So, I still don't have any new equipment, but I have more spells. I'm more combat ready. Before I close this out, I'm going to take a step outside. Oh, right, I have a house Carl. No, that's Irileth. Oh, got it. The guard is in the way of Irileth. That's what I'm going to do next. In this video, go down to that tower, fight the dragon, and then figure out what my next step is going to be. So while she runs off, I'm going to end the video. Sorry this one ran so long. If you have enjoyed it so far, please follow along. If in the future you would prefer I cut out things like buying things from Farengar, then let me know in the comments. I will do what I can. I have a good video editing software, I just don't know how to use it. So I'll take a stab at that. If things like buying spells and armor is pointless to the people who are watching the videos, let me know, and I'll see you in the next one.